Supply, demand, and market control. The hidden power that decides who gets rich. Every day, billions of people wake up, go to work, buy products, sell services, and participate in something they barely understand. A hidden system, a silent force, a battlefield where fortunes are created and destroyed. This force decides why one company becomes a trillion-dollar empire while another disappears overnight. Why one product sells out in seconds while another dies on the shelf. Why one entrepreneur becomes a legend while thousands quietly fail. And at the center of this invisible battlefield are two ancient forces: supply and demand. But here's the truth that most business schools never teach clearly. The people who become truly powerful in business don't just follow supply and demand. They control it. They manipulate it. They shape it. They engineer it. Tonight, you will learn how markets really work. Not the simplified classroom theory, but the real-world mechanics used by the most powerful companies on Earth. Because if you truly understand supply, demand, and market control, you will begin to see business the way industry giants see it. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. And by the end of this video, you will understand why some companies dominate entire industries, while others never stand a chance. Welcome to Real World Business School. Part 1. The invisible engine of every economy. Every business in the world, from a small street vendor to companies like Apple, Amazon, and Tesla, exists inside a simple but powerful system: supply and demand. Demand is simple. It means how badly people want something. Supply is also simple. It means how much of that thing exists. When demand rises, prices rise. When supply rises, prices fall. But this simple explanation hides something deeper, because markets are not just about supply and demand, they are about who controls them. And the moment you understand this, you begin to see the hidden strategies behind the world's greatest business empires. But here's the twist. Sometimes, companies intentionally reduce supply just to make people want something even more. And when you see the companies that do this, you will realize that scarcity is one of the most powerful weapons in business. Part 2. Why scarcity makes things expensive. Imagine two scenarios. Scenario 1. There are only 10 diamonds in the world. Scenario 2. There are 10 million diamonds everywhere. Which one would be valuable? The first one. Scarcity creates value. This principle is so powerful, entire industries are built around it. Diamonds, luxury watches, limited edition sneakers, even art. But here is the shocking truth. Many times, scarcity is artificially created. The diamond example. For decades, the diamond industry was dominated by De Beers. Instead of releasing all diamonds into the market, they stockpiled them, locked away massive reserves, and slowly released diamonds into the market. This kept supply limited, which kept prices extremely high. In other words, they didn't just mine diamonds, they controlled the market.
But diamonds are not the only industry where this happens. Some of the biggest companies in the world have mastered the art of controlling both supply and demand. And when a company can control both, it becomes almost impossible to defeat. Part 3. Demand is not natural. Here is something that will change how you see marketing forever. Demand is not always natural. Sometimes it is manufactured. People do not wake up needing the newest phone, or the newest sneakers, or the newest fashion trend. Those desires are created, engineered, amplified by marketing, advertising, influencers, brand psychology. Companies do not just sell products, they create desire. Example, Apple product launches. Every year, millions of people line up to buy the newest iPhone, even when their current phone works perfectly. Why? Because Apple doesn't just sell phones. Apple sells anticipation, mystery, scarcity, status. Demand becomes emotional, and emotional demand is the most powerful kind. But controlling demand alone is not enough. The real power in business comes when a company can control the entire market structure itself. And that leads us to one of the most powerful strategies in business history: market control. Part 4. Market control, the secret of industry giants. Some companies compete, others dominate, but the most powerful companies reshape the market itself. There are several ways this happens. Strategy 1. Monopoly. A monopoly happens when one company controls almost all supply. Historical example, Standard Oil. At its peak, John D. Rockefeller controlled about 90% of America's oil refining. When you control the supply, you control the market. Strategy 2. Vertical integration. Instead of controlling just one part of an industry, some companies control the entire chain: production, distribution, retail. This strategy makes competitors almost powerless. Strategy 3. Network effects. Some companies dominate because the more people use them, the stronger they become. Examples: Uber, Facebook, Amazon Marketplace. Once they reach a certain scale, competition becomes extremely difficult. But the most dangerous form of market power is something most people never notice, and it is the strategy that allowed companies like Amazon to quietly dominate entire industries. Part 5. The platform strategy. Traditional companies sell products. Platforms control ecosystems. Amazon does not just sell products, it controls the marketplace itself. Apple does not just sell phones, it controls the App Store ecosystem. Google does not just provide search, it controls information flow. When you control the platform, you control the rules of the market, and everyone else becomes a participant in your system. But there is something even more powerful than controlling supply, demand, or platforms. The ultimate strategy is controlling perception. Part 6. Perception is the real market. In modern business, the most valuable asset is not factories, not inventory, not even technology. It is attention. If people believe something is valuable, it becomes valuable. If people believe a brand is premium, they will pay premium prices. Luxury brands understand this perfectly. Rolex watches cost thousands of dollars, but their manufacturing cost is far lower. The difference? Perception. And when perception, supply, and demand all align under one company, you get something incredibly powerful: an empire. Part 7. How entrepreneurs can use this. Now, here is the most important question. How can you use this knowledge? 3 lessons. Lesson 1. Do not just sell products, create demand. Lesson 2. Do not just enter markets, understand supply dynamics. Lesson 3. Do not just compete, look for ways to control part of the system. Because the entrepreneurs who win are not always the smartest or the most hardworking, they are the ones who understand how markets truly work. Every product you buy, every service you use, every brand you admire exists inside the invisible battle between supply and demand. But behind the scenes, there are always people shaping that battle, controlling it, designing it, mastering it. And the moment you understand these forces, you stop being just a consumer in the market. You become a strategist. If you want to understand the hidden strategies behind the world's greatest companies, subscribe to Real World Business School. Because here, we don't just talk about business, we decode it. And if you enjoyed this video, watch the next lesson appearing on your screen right now, because the next video will reveal how business empires are secretly built.